Well, welcome back to Ron. Today I'm going to be working on the old Ford Focus again, and I've already shown you how to remove the rear drum off one of these once before. But what I'm showing you today is another problem that I have, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. The reason why I'm replacing this drum is because it's rusted, and I've got chunks taken out of it. I'm getting ready for an inspection. It's just something I've been wanting to do, and I'm glad I did because I've been noticing that it's been a little bit of wet on the bottom. So when I pull the drum off, I've got a wheel cylinder that is leaking pretty bad, so it's all through the unit here. So I'm going to go ahead and replace the wheel cylinder. I'm also going to replace the brake line as well. Might as well get that out of the way. Put some new pads on it. New shoes on it, and a hardware kit. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm in a bit of a hurry today because I really want to get this done. So I'll try to show as much as I can on this. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, one of the things I like to do before I dig into anything like this is, if I'm not familiar with it, I'll take a picture of this just to make sure that I get all the hardware back on. I'm sort of familiar with this one because I've done this a couple times and they're sort of the same. One of the things you're going to notice is the smaller vehicles are not necessarily the easiest ones. Sometimes these can be kind of a pain in the butt. So first thing I want to do is I want to rip all the hardware out of there. I could probably reuse a lot of this stuff, but the hardware kits for this is really cheap. I think I paid $8. I've gone ahead and pre-ordered all this stuff, so I have it on hand. So go ahead and get those clips out of there. And then what you want to do is you want to find the easiest spring to get to. It looks like it's going to be that one over there. I'll pull that out of there. Or you can just kind of pull the whole assembly out. Whatever works for you. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Go ahead and get the emergency brake cable released. And usually that takes some finagling to get that out of there. Again, they're all a little bit different. It's coming apart on me here. Another spring. Emergency brake cable just kind of go down at an angle, pop right out of there. So the only thing that we're going to be reusing off this is the emergency brake adjustment tool. I guess that's what it is. But remember, I'm a backyard mechanic here. So this adjustment tool here, I'm going to need to free it up a little bit. It seems to be kind of frozen. So I'll put that in the parts cleaner, clean that all up, and get that all working the way it's supposed to be. I'm also going to wipe this all down once I take the wheel cylinder out. Now, to remove the wheel cylinder, we need to remove the brake line. And this is kind of rusty, so I kind of rounded it off a little bit with my tool. So I'm going to have to use the vice grips to get that off, and I've already got that started. So once you've got it started, then you may be lucky enough to get it on it with a wrench and continue taking it off. So let's go ahead and remove the brake line. Now, I probably could reuse this brake line, but I'm right here. I'm replacing the wheel cylinder anyways. I might as well just replace the whole line because it is a little rough right in this area right here. Let's get the other end of this brake line off. And it's pretty rusty, but if we have to break it off, then so be it. So let's go ahead and get that wheel cylinder out of there. I just gotta tap that and it should fall right out. There it is, the old wheel cylinder. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna clean this all up before I go ahead and start putting this all back together. Alright, the old package came. Let's see if everything came. So get out your knife, get into the package. There you go. Oh yeah. Now, let's see what we have. Packing material. Alright, so there is our new brake drum. Look at that. Nice and shiny. Won't be shiny very long up in this neck of the woods. There we go. Bearings all ready to be just slid right in. Okay, so there's that. We have two new wheel cylinders. Oh yeah. Perfect. You should be all set with that. And we have, let's see, so we got 2 of each. And what do we have here? I think this was our, oh, this is the spring kit. Oh, very important right there. I could have used the old ones, but hey, for $8 I think it was, got a brand new set for both sides. And last but not least, we have a set of brake shoes for the rear. Right there. Nice. All right, so we are all set to put this all together. All right, we got this all cleaned up. Real happy with that. Go ahead and take your new wheel cylinder, and yours may come with a little gasket, and all that does is it kind of seals this area here from water and stuff, debris from getting in. Take that, go ahead and push that in, and let's go ahead and put the bolts on the back side. Go ahead and put your bleeder screw on. That comes separately. Some of them come separately, some of them don't. Alright, next let's go ahead and put our brake line in. Let's go ahead and pull this little cap. And this brake line is really nice stuff. Just kind of bend that, kind of grab it like this and bend it very easily. And just kind of fit it into how you'd like it to go. Get it around stuff. It's going to work out good right there. Now let's go ahead and install it on the other end. Just kind of bend that carefully, keeping it away from the frame and everything. Bend it a little bit more. There we go. Brake line's all in. Now we got the new wheel cylinder in, we got the new brake line. Now let's go ahead and start putting this all back together. So if you find that your shoes are too far out, maybe you might have hit this adjustment, just take your screwdriver and push in on that, and I'll put the adjustment back at the beginning. There we go. Just like that. Okay, it's all back together, so everything is pretty much all set. I'll have to bleed the brakes, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my new drum on. That's originally what I was working on before this all happened. So we'll go ahead and slide that on like that. Nice. Let's go ahead and put the lock nut back on. All right, and the manufacturers are saying 173 foot-pounds. Here we go. Now we get to do the same thing to the other side. Okay, well there you have it. It was supposed to be just replacing the drum. As you can see, I ended up replacing the brakes, the hardware kit, wheel cylinder, and the brake line. So all I need to do now is just bleed the brakes before I can head on down the road with this, and I should be good to go. So again, as always, thanks an awful lot for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.